So you're the mom that does your best to keep it all together. You're showing up for others. You're trying to stay strong. And maybe you're even smiling and saying, I'm fine. I'm okay. But the truth is that you're not. And there is that quiet ache beneath the surface, that emptiness that doesn't go away no matter how good everything else might seem. That is what I call suffering and comfort. And if that's you, I want to help you uncover what's really behind the pain and what to do about it. So today I have 4 points for you. So let's dive in. Number 1, estrangement isn't just a situation, it's a season in our life right now, but it is a wound. And what I've been seeing is sometimes moms minimize their pain because other parts of their life are good. But being estranged from your child is deep. That goes deeper than most anything I can think of. It touches you as a mom. And it's not really just about missing them. It's about grief, grieving a relationship, grieving a role as a mom, and grieving a future you had hoped for and maybe somewhat planned, right? But that kind of pain doesn't go away with distraction or time. The pain can lessen over time, but it lingers, and many times it's unspoken for your body and in your heart. And too many times I see moms doing this, especially in the beginning. And some of you have told me that you waited a year or two to even contact me. That broke my heart when I hear the stories like that, because I want to encourage you to not wait that long to seek some type of help. So I want you to ask yourself, where do you feel the wound the most? Is it your thought life? Is it sleep? Is it your health? So let's dive into some more of this. Number 2, you can be grateful and still be grieving. You know, this is a situation that I really struggled with. I was so grateful and so thankful for so many things in my life, but I was full of grief. Maybe you've said, I should be thankful. I have other kids. I have a spouse. I have a good job. I have a grandchild. I have my health, right? We have these other things that we can be grateful and thankful for. That doesn't erase the grief. And it's hard to play both sides of the fence. I totally get that. But gratitude doesn't cancel out the pain. It just means you're aware of both, and that's okay. Forcing yourself to stay positive all the time while ignoring what the ache is inside of you can just deepen it. When was the last time you actually gave yourself permission to grieve without guilt? A lot of times we feel so guilty if we do that. If we actually take some time to emotionally process, maybe it's journaling, maybe it's talking to someone out loud, maybe it's just going for a walk and talking to God. If that is you and this is hitting home and maybe you're feeling some tears right now, I want to invite you to a discovery call. This is for moms who are ready for that next step. It's not a coaching call. It's a consultation where you can learn more about what I do. But it's going to be a moment of connection for you and I where we can navigate next steps and figure out if we're a good fit. And so if that's the case, you can click the link in the show notes below and book that discovery call. Number 3 is maybe you've been coping but not healing. You're staying busy, you're checking all the boxes, you're holding it all together for everybody else in your family. But deep down, you know it's just coping. It's not true peace, which is what you need to get to, because coping helps us function for a little while, right? Healing is going to help you feel whole again. You weren't meant to just survive this pain. You were meant to work through it with support. You were meant to navigate through this and come out stronger, just like I want your son or daughter to as well. So ask yourself, what are your coping habits? Which ones are helping and which ones are only numbing? Many of you who know even just a little bit of my story know that I used alcohol to numb. I didn't want to feel the pain, so I just numbed it. But one thing I can promise you is when you numb the pain, you numb the joy. You don't get to choose. Everything numbs. So really get a concerted effort here in thinking about, what are my coping habits? Which ones are really helping me? And which ones need to go? And lastly, number 4, Healing begins with that honest support. Because when you've been carrying this for so long on your own, you might think, I'm the only one going through this, or I don't want to burden anyone else. But the truth is, healing happens for all of us when we stop hiding and start opening up. So like I said, whether it's journaling, it's prayer, it's speaking to someone who's walked this path, your heart needs a safe space. And you've heard me say this many times, but the people closest to you, your best friend, maybe even your spouse, maybe even your sibling, those people are not going to be the people that get you through this. Those are your safe spaces, but we need to keep those relationships intact. If you start navigating and trying to heal out loud with them nonstop, it does start to wear on the relationships. I promise you that. Because you know what? You don't have to fix everything. You just have to start by telling the truth about your pain, how much it hurts. I never thought I would go through this. You need to say it out loud, and it's okay to say, I'm not okay, and that's okay. It's okay to not be okay right now. I don't want you to stay there. I hope you hear me there. I don't want you to stay there. It's okay to not be okay. And I agree with that. But we have to get up and keep moving, because if we don't, it's going to be a very dark path. Just remember that this is not selfish. You're not ungrateful for those wonderful aspects of your life. You're a mom who's quietly grieving something so precious. God gave you a gift of this son or daughter, whether through adoption or natural birth. You are grieving. And you are still standing, and you are going to get through this, but strength does not mean silence. I want you to stop suffering and start healing out loud, because that is when the healing happens. I hope that helped you today. If you know a mom that this could help, please share this episode with them and like and subscribe. I will see you in the next episode. God bless.